Good evening, and ladies and gentlemen, everyone, and welcome to the 41st episode of Early Late Nights with your host, Ciaran-ness. And the show tonight features 220% more swear words, 205 more mistakes made by the host, and 387 laughs from each and every audience member tonight. Welcome to the show! Throwing over to the one, the only, Ciaran-ness! Thank you very much. It's Friday, people. It is Mulligan Friday! And, you see, announcement with all the numbers. If I've learned anything from Nintendo, which I will get to later on in the show, all the numbers. Just big numbers everywhere. That's how you get the people. Lots of numbers. Here, there, everywhere. We're going all over the place, but that's where we're starting. Hope you've had a fantastic week. We are at the weekend once again. Plenty of games to be playing. Plenty of back catalogs to be going through. I've got the biggest back catalog in the world, and I never know where to start with it. So, whatever. Before we get into the show, I want to say a couple things. Tonight's show, I'm not going to be talking about the too much or putting a topic around the recent plagiarism argument about IGN. I think a lot of it's been gone over by most of the media already. All I want to say is that don't hold this accountable for IGN. IGN's dealt with it really well. They've taken it down. They've gone through it. But don't go believing that everybody at IGN is plagiarizes their work. This was a one-off. This was, maybe they have some freelancers that have plagiarized in the past, but for the core IGN company, I don't hold this against them. Don't be one of the rioters. Don't be one of the rioters that holds it against them, and will bring this up every possible chance for the next 2 years, even though we know they're going to happen. Also, I want to say goodbye and thank you for this week to Overwatch professional player for the Dallas Fuel, Siegel. He has decided to hang up his mouse and keyboard from professional Overwatch. He's just going to be a full-time streamer. He was a fantastic personality within the community at the start, so to even have that now as a back to the beginning where he started with his streams, to have more regular streams, go and say hello in one of his streams because he's fantastic and it's beautiful. And last bit of Overwatch news for the entire show, we're going to keep Overwatch out of it today, is going to be Wrecking Ball is now available in competitive competitive Overwatch. God damn it, what did I say? Dota. See, there's those faults. Already glaring. No, competitive Overwatch, as well as in the contender scene, we're seeing Wrecking Ball used to a variety and a range of successes. Most of it's bad at the moment, but we're seeing more and more teams learning how to play around the aggressive character, so that's exciting as well. Tonight's show, we're going to be diving in to a scathing expose article on Riot Games that was previously published on Kotaku in the last couple of days. I'll be talking about Diablo news, where Blizzard have announced there's working on a couple different projects for Diablo. My hype game moment for the month. Oh my goodness. What is into me this evening? Blah. Blah. Sorry, let me blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. I'm good. I'm got over that. I'm good. My hype game for the show this week is going to be Spyro, the Reignited Collection. And then finally, Nintendo did one of those fancy dancy Nintendo Directs about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate a couple days ago. Yesterday here. But, you know, yes, my mom, Mr. An Arcade. Welcome to the show. Let's get right into it. If you don't know Riot Games, they produce League of Legends. They do all that shenanigans. They do all of one of the biggest MOBA giants in the genre, competing often with Dota 2, as I've already mentioned today. Kotaku recently published an article by Cecilia Di Anastasio, I hope I'm saying that right, in regards to the company culture of Riot Games. And the revelations that have come from this article are quite surprising and honestly extremely disappointing. Extremely disappointing from a company that is fairly good with its interactions with fans and interactions with the community, and generally has a positive aura around it. They have a good reputation, but that reputation's taken a massive hit. Cecilia went through, and since early December, November last year, began interviewing 28 current and former Riot Games employees. And what her investigation found when this article research began was that Riot Games was a place filled with a poor working culture towards women. It's the best way. And it's not the easiest topic to talk about, especially from me, you know. I'm not a good representation of female gaming culture because I'm a white male. It's what I do. But I was still highly disgusted. So Riot have come out and it's now in the light that, you know, there has been no equal opportunities for females in the organization. The article goes through situations where women have been treated unfairly compared to the men in that organization. And I was really disappointed and disheartened, especially by one of the stories where a female employee had come up with an idea and brought it up in a meeting, had a presentation, worked really hard on it, and then was shot down. And she had given it to a male colleague who did the exact same presentation a week later for the same group of people, and that idea was accepted by the male. And it, unsurprisingly, it doesn't just extend to females. There are a number of stories about how men have been treated at the organization with inappropriately grabbing another man's private regions. There's a whole bunch in this article, and I really suggest to go check out Kotaku. Go check out the article because it's a really in-depth and fantastic article. But it's disappointing to hear this. It's disappointing that in the gaming community we have these things happening. And gaming as a community already is such a hard place for female gamers to be a part of. It's such a hard place for them to be recognized and supported and to be accepted in our communities. There's already plenty of times where you're probably most likely going to have a female come into a game and instantly, you know, people are going to be, oh, it's a girl gamer. Oh, you're not good at the game. You should be playing a support character. Oh, we got you. We'll carry you through the game. And it's unfair. It's ridiculous. And it's one of my most hated things about the gaming community. I have a number of female friends that I play games with, and I have seen firsthand how they are treated. Riot's response to the article, Riot's response to the whole expose is just not good enough. One of their media members came out in a Reddit post and went through a whole massive and tried to touch a few different articles about equal opportunity, how there's a diverse strategy in Riot Games, and it was noted in the Kotaku article that the diversity guidelines weren't posted on the League of Legends or Riot Gaming website until after this article had begun researching and Riot had heard about this. So there's some shady stuff happening, and I really, the Riot response was really disappointing. It only kind of touched on a couple different things, and the fact that it was in a Reddit post is not how you do it. If they want to, they came up with the typical, it was pretty much denying everything. And this article has enough grounds to at least maybe have Riot Games the head, it was a lot about management. And that means, of course, they're going to deny it. I would have been more respectful if Riot had come out first and said, we're going to investigate this, we're going to look into this, we're going to find out a bit more about this, and then we'll release a proper statement. Instead, they've just come out denying everything and trying to protect themselves. And it's really fucking disappointing. And I've lost a lot of respect for Riot Games. I thought they did a fantastic job with League of Legends, with growing that community, with the lore of that game. But it is really disappointing to see them come out and react to this expose like this. There's a whole range of things. And I guess for me, it's not even something that's directly targeted at me, but it's something that I care about. It's something that all gamers should care about. And I'm not going to argue about this for too long or preach about this for too long, but we as a gaming community should be better than other places in the world that we don't have an influence over. Be more accepting of women in the gaming community. Get them more involved. Treat them just like you would a normal guy who comes into a game. Just work around that. Be a good human being. Fuck, it's not that hard. it's disappointing. So I hope Riot Games steps up their game a little bit and comes out and comes forward with what's the truth. I know there's people defending them, saying no, this is not the case, but there needs to be some investigation and some purpose to the future of Riot Games when it comes to the events spoken about in this article. But that's my down and dreary topic. That's my serious. Ciaran's being super serious topic for the show. Let's move right along to Diablo news. Blizzard Games. There's another game by them I really like, but we're not talking about that in this show for today. Blizzard have come out, one of the community managers have come out with a video in regards to Diablo saying don't worry to the fan base. Diablo 3 was originally launched in 2012. The expansion was released in 2014. And since then, the game has had steady updates in seasons and minor updates, but nothing too big has come to that game. But it still has a stupidly strong community. People still really enjoy that game and love that game. So it was really good to see Blizzard come out and say, don't worry everybody, we've got plans when it comes to Diablo. We've got it all in the works, and that's fantastic to hear. There was a post made on their Twitter February this year or February last year about that was just a picture. I have to double check that one. There was a picture of a light switch with the Diablo label on it, which people then started to speculate that, hey, does that mean Diablo 3 is coming to the Switch? That'd be pretty cool. But Blizzard denied it until shortly after, I believe a GameStop article had actually kind of sussed it out more, and it said it's very likely to be a Switch. So I really hope Diablo does get ported to the Switch. I hope the Switch's online services are good enough to support the co-op of that game. But Diablo 3 was a fantastic game. The expansion got even better. It started off bad. It started off extremely bad with the digital marketplace, with people using real-world money to buy items for Diablo. People made a pretty penny off that game. But that was quickly removed. The marketplace was reinstated with different rulings, with no real money integration. And the game grew, and the game has prospered since then. It has a great fan base, as I've already mentioned. Even without a direct update, a direct expansion, there's still seasonally events that happen. And you can always tell when a new season comes online because your Battle.net, for some reason, well, not for some reason, because of the season, the Battle.net will all of a sudden have about 5-6 people just randomly start playing Diablo. And it's happened a number of times now over the years, and it's now just a common thing. Diablo must have started a new season. Cool, people are getting involved with it. And there's so many people that go back to that game that really enjoy it. There's so much endgame content in that game that is really enjoyable and really fun, with the difficulty spikes, with gathering more gear, with the rifts. It was a fantastic piece. And so what about the other projects? Well, of course, Diablo 4 is coming eventually. I don't think it's next year. I think it's 2 years away at least, with Blizzard working on other projects still at the moment, as well as they did state in the video that it is a while away for some of the projects. So I'm guessing Diablo 4 is a while away. But everybody, as long as the Switch version goes through, I think the next best thing is that Diablo 2 or Diablo 1, or a package with both of them, get remastered, get put on PC, get put on Switch, get put on Xbox, get put on PlayStation. Throw that shit out there. Both of them are fantastic games. They're a lot of fun to run with friends. And I would love to play through them in that HD beautifulness. If they fixed up all the characters and made the environments similar to the Diablo 3 environments, I would be super hyped. Be super excited. Those games were fantastic to play through. They have great stories. They had great content. People could play those over and over and over again without really feeling any boredom or feeling that they've done something already, because it's that enjoyable. So I really have hope for Diablo going forward. I hope to God that the remasters are good. And I think shout out to Blizzard. Good job, Blizzard, with your support of Diablo 3, even with just through the seasons and doing like smaller updates and making the game still feel like there's new stuff to do in it. Even if it's not that new, it's just refreshed with a few different baubles on it. But thank you for continuing to support the game and supporting the crowd and the community that loves the game. I think more places should support their games like Blizzard does and have done with Diablo, because a lot of places you can feel the moment where a company stops caring, where there's nothing new, servers stop working, everything goes to crap, but Blizzard is a big enough company that they set a really good example on how to support your games and how to make them last, a long period of time. It's 2018. Game was released in 2012. That's 6 years. 6 years of Diablo 3. That is still, and people are still picking it up and playing it. It's had many re-releases and console releases, and it's done really well. So, congratulations to Blizzard. I can't wait to see what they do with the up-and-coming projects. There's plenty to do with it, so I think they're going to have a really good time. Now, I'm super excited about this, Dubby. So, if you haven't watched any of the recent episodes, I'm going through and picking up games that I'm super excited for in the coming gaming season, and talking to you about why I'm excited, what makes these games special amongst the crowd, and this one's nostalgia, everybody. If you might have listened to Platinum Explosion, you might have seen some of our other content we've done. I am so excited for Spyro. Spyro was a massive part of my youth. It was a massive part of me growing up. I fucking loved the first 3 games. First 3 games were phenomenal. They were so much fun. I have so many memories looking back and thinking about different characters from that game, ranging from Hunter, ranging from Sergeant Penguin, ranging from Spyro and Sparks themselves. They are fantastic characters, and saving the dragons is always so much fun. And I've been thinking about this game, and it was brought up this week because new footage has been released of this game, and some Let's Play communities around the world have got their hands on it, and one of them has been Achievement Hunter. And I'm already a big Rooster Teeth fan. I'm already a massive Rooster Teeth fan. I consume everything, but what I advise you is if you have a moment, go check out the Spyro video. It's like 15 minutes. It's one level. And Jeremy Dooley, one of the Achievement Hunter members, goes through and plays the game, and I've never seen a player with so much passion for a game, who knows everything about a game, and is just so happy and so nostalgically in love with this new redevelopment. It's just fantastic, and it relit the passion that I felt for this game. I forgot this was so close. It's coming out in September. I forgot how close it was, and to see him gush over the game, to test it out, to show us everything, is so fantastic, and I'm so excited. If you've never played Spyro, or if you have children or younger members of your family, play Spyro. Let's erase Skylanders from everybody's fucking minds. Skylanders, let's keep Spyro away from Skylanders. Let's just do it. I understand. It pumped your money, Activision. It made you lots of money in those Toys to Life. Let's never talk about Skylanders ever again. We're keeping my purple dragon friend away from them. Away. Bad. We're going to make a new... They're going to... You know what? What I want to happen. They're going to release this. It's going to be awesome. They're then going to reboot it with new current-gen games, with a different storyline. They've already rebooted it once, and the reboot was great. I never played it, though, because of the ports that it was on, and I never got a chance. But the stories for those games were fucking cool as shit. Spyro got overpowered as all balls, but I never got to play that, so I never know. So, I probably did play them, I can't remember them. It's probably the better excuse I'll make for myself. But the Reignited trilogy looks fucking amazing. There's been a little teeny bit of negativity around this, as recently found out that only Spyro 1 is going to be on the disc. So even if you buy the disc, go grab... Who buys discs anymore? Go digital, everyone. If you go buy the disc, you still have to download Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage and Spyro 3. You have to download those full games. They're not on the disc. That sucks for people who live under a rock and don't have an internet connection, or live somewhere in Australia that doesn't have NBN. I'm sorry you don't have NBN. It's fantastic. But I don't see a big problem with it. I know there's some people who are playing these games for the nostalgia, that are like, oh, I just want the physical media and everything on this physical media, and it's not the way of the world. There's got to be a reason for it. There's got to be a reason. Maybe Activision is still working on it, which kind of worries me for 2 and 3. But hey, it's what we got to do. We got to go through it. I'm so excited. And for me, these are how you do remasters. This right here, this game right here, that's how you do a remaster. We already saw it with Crash. Crash was fucking awesome with the Insane trilogy. I'm still tempted to buy that. I frequently watch Let's Plays and Twitch channels of that. If you ever want to go back in Explosion Network time, go watch Dylan almost cry and break over fucking Crash. It was the best shit ever. But it's where we're up to. I don't want games that were released in the last, like, I don't know. I don't want Skyrim remastered again. I don't want games that from the Xbox 360 era remastered again. Don't do that anymore. I don't need that. I don't need that right now. I want that in like 5, 6, 7, 10 years time. What you should do, remaster fucking PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games, bring them back. We're in the remaster age where we're getting remasters every fucking 5 minutes. But do the right remasters. Don't do stuff that I could still probably play in less crappier graphics. Like, I could still put... They remastered Gears of War, and it's like, well, you brought Gears of War out digitally in backwards compatibility. Why? I don't care that much. The graphics aren't that bad. Do it with these games and show the love and support to these games that these developers and Activision are showing for Spyro and Crash. It's a fantastic thing to do. And that's all I'm going to say on it. Fuck it. Let's go to the tidbit of the show, everybody. Nintendo do these fantastic directs. I'm a little excitable now, everybody, but Nintendo do fantastic directs. Well, most of the time. Sometimes they come like, why? But favorite thing about bloody directs is that it's like, do you care about the game they're going to be talking about? If no, don't bother. If yes, watch it. And so, the Direct comes out and it's just it's a game on, it's on, so this one, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Fuck yeah, I care about that. Splatoon. Yeah, I'm good. You just you get to pick and choose. And I think it avoids that frustratedness over, that frustratedness we get when you're watching an E3 and you have to watch something you don't give a fuck about. And you're like, just get to the stuff I do care about, please, sir. And you have to sit there and you get through it. Well, this is just, a half an hour, nice, tasty bite of Super Smash Bros. Or whatever game you want to play. And I think it was really good. So the Smash Bros. It wasn't the biggest direct, though. It was kind of big. So they went through and they broke down more of the upcoming Super Smash Bros. Ultimate release. Announced were Simon and Richter Belmont from the Castlevania game series, as well as a whole range of Castlevania levels and support characters. We also saw King K. Rool from the Donkey Kong series is making his debut in the Smash Bros. Game. It's a fucking big game. I'm not gonna lie. And you wanna know why I know it's a big game? It's because Nintendo spent a big portion of it showing me numbers. Being like, stages, this is how many stages we got. Well, bam! 103. And I was like, holy fuck, that's a lot of stages. Then we had music. They're like, hey, you like making music for your Smash games? Here's a playlist creator. Do you want to know how many fucking songs we got? 903! That'd be if Junkrat did the direct. Junkrat did not do the direct. He did not. They were very polite on the direct. But they just threw out all these numbers to be like, wow, look how big it is. Wow. And it worries me a little bit because I'm like, are you just trying to distract us? Being like, hey, this is just the content we've already had with some new stuff sprinkled in. And that's the thing about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is that it is just like, it's everything from Smash Bros. History on the Switch with new levels, new characters, and echoes. Which is another word for we recostume characters, changes them a little teeny bit, and made them. And they admit it, they just call them echoes. So there was also Dark Samus, and also, I think his name was Chiron from the Fire Emblem series. They are both Echo characters. They went through and they showed us all these different things. And if you're a Nintendo fan, if you're a Smash Brothers fan, it was really super informative. It probably wasn't super exciting, but they did kill Luigi, everybody. They fucking killed Luigi. Luigi's there, hunting the halls of Castlevania, fucking looking around. He's hunting ghosts because he thinks, wow, what are we doing? And then, all of a sudden, fucking Reaper, wow, kills Luigi. His ghost is gone. Luigi became the thing he hunts. You either remain a hero or live so long to become the villain, and that's what Luigi's done. And it was terrible. But it was fine. Nintendo have now come out and said, Nintendo said, Luigi's not dead. We're fine. The green bro is alive and well, everybody. We're fine. We're good. Excellent. But I'm not a huge Castlevania fan, so I guess those character announcements weren't that big. The level looks really cool. The different interactions of different monsters looks kind of cool. But, you know, as a game, I was actually pretty excited towards the middle because I'm like, yeah, I'm buying this, and I get all the Smash Brothers stuff that I've missed. I get all the Smash Brothers stuff that I have avoided. Awesome. Really fucking good. I get to, like, I've avoided because Fisher-Price piece of crap Wii U. I hate it. But we get that, and it's like, excellent. I get to hold it, I get to play it. Let's hope in the next month Nintendo's online system gets really good so that these come out. You know, some highlights were the Nintendo Tournament mode, there's Classic mode for the fights, there is my favorite thing, and I really like this. I could see in the Direct, I could see where they're thinking about this game in terms of its being able to watch it. Smash Brothers is probably one of the bigger games when it comes to Evo and esports. Smash Brothers for fighting games is a big old jackpot. It's a big tournament, but it's chaotic to watch. And so they've now made it really fucking cool. They've now done things like, one of my favorite new additions is that it's going to be able to switch maps like mid-fight. That's really cool. And I think that'd be a really awesome thing to see in an esport, is in the events where each player picks one map and the map switches mid-fucking round. That'd be awesome to watch, to see the adaptation, to see the change, see them pick characters that are going to be good on both maps instead of really good on one. I think it'd be really awesome. And I'm super excited to see the future of this game, because even though I bitched about these numbers and being like, yeah, that is true, everybody did walk out from boredom of, you know, this year. But I think the hope, well, everybody walked out of boredom because of Bayonetta. And let's hope they fix the whole Bayonetta thing. But I really like everything they're looking at in this game. And I really hope this has a bright future. Because as I said, they're throwing all these numbers at stuff they're rehashing, that they're bringing back into the game. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. I like that idea. That's a good idea. Good on you. Good on you, Nintendo. But that also means something good. That means DLC in the future is not going to be re-releasing characters they've already done. It's not going to be, you know, rehashing things. It's going to be new characters and new content. And I think what they should do is just look at these games as a long-term, they're going to have Chrom. That's it. Thank you. And you said it as well in chat, Dylan. Chrom is the other Echo character. But let's look at the Switch and be like, the Switch is going to have a couple more years of lifetime in it. Let's, you know, let's have this game keep going, and let's keep bringing it and updating it and adding new characters. Let's not give it a new Bayonetta, though. Let's balance that shit. But it's got a lot of hope, and I'm really excited. The Switch is a fantastic console, and this looks like the game for that console. What are your thoughts on any of the topics that I've said and talked about so far in the show? Please, chat to me. Oh, my poor mic. Chat to me at your boy Ringo on the Twitters, here on twitch.tv/Explosion Network, or if you just want to talk to the whole network, at Explosion Pod on Twitter for the Explosion Network Twitter channel. I almost said Twitch channel. That was one before that. Oh well. Thank you very much for watching the show. This has been Early Late Nights with me, Ciaran Marchant. If you've enjoyed any of the news, if you've enjoyed anything like this, there's plenty more over on explosionnetwork.com. Go check out our latest news, our reviews, our fucking playlists, everything. We have plenty of podcasts and good stuff there. Go check it all out. Give us a follow on our Twitch channel, on our Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Explosion Network, where you will find the VOD for this show 24 hours later at 7 p.m. Right there on YouTube, as well as all good podcasting services if you missed the live show. But I am here every Tuesday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Let's have a great one. I'll see you on Tuesday for that show. Until then, keep gaming. Good luck. Have fun. GG.